It's official. President Biden has signed off on the Social Security Fairness Act, eliminating the windfall elimination provision and helping hundreds of thousands of people who have lived and worked in both the US and Canada. Today, we're going to talk about where we stand with the WEP elimination bill and what to expect next. My name is Brian Haggard. I'm a certified financial planner, chartered financial analyst, and I'm the founder of Retirement and Financial. We help simplify your cross-border retirement plan. And people have been hoping for this elimination of WEP for decades, and it's finally happened. And today we're going to talk about what does this mean? What do we know? What do we don't know? And what to expect next as far as this bill is concerned or this new law is concerned. So, what is it that we know? So, as of yesterday, January 5th, 2025, WEP has been officially eliminated. Now, the biggest question that I'm getting from people right now is, hey, Brian, I'm a Canadian. Does this apply to Canadians or not? Does this apply to my Canada pension plan? And the answer is it does. This applies to anybody that may have a WEP reduction. So if your Social Security benefit is being reduced today because you also worked in Canada, because you accrued a Canada pension plan, you are going to get an increase to your Social Security benefit because of the reduction to or the elimination of this WEP bill. Now, there always could be a bill or a law that comes out in the future that enacts some sort of reduction to your Social Security. But for now, your Social Security benefit should increase if you've lived and worked in both the US and Canada. What else do we know? Now, initially, we were a little bit uncertain about will this apply to people who are already collecting Social Security and have a WEP reduction, or is this only going to apply to people who are going to start collecting Social Security at a future date? And although Social Security hasn't come out and directly said this, it is pretty clear at this point that this will apply to people who have both already started collecting Social Security and to people who are going to be collecting Social Security in future date. So this is great news. If you've had a WEP reduction for years and years because you have been collecting Social Security and also Canada pension, that WEP reduction should be adjusted for you. You should see a higher amount in your Social Security benefits in the coming months. Now, the other thing that we know is that if you were collecting Social Security in 2024 and you had a WEP reduction, you should expect a lump sum payment here in 2025. So part of this bill was it was meant to apply to anybody who's any benefits that started or that occurred after January 1st, 2024. So anybody that was receiving benefits last year should now go back and be getting a lump sum benefit because of this new law. They didn't change when the law was going to be updated. And Social Security has basically come out and said that you should be expecting a lump sum payment in the coming months because of that. Now, what does that mean? That could be big dollars for some people. The maximum Social Security benefit, or I'm sorry, maximum WEP reduction in 2024 was nearly $600 per month, which means if you were subject to the maximum WEP reduction, you may have up to a $7,000 lump sum payment coming your way here in 2025. Now, it's pretty rare that somebody has a $600 WEP reduction. On average, the average WEP reduction is closer to about $300 per month. So the average person may be expecting to get a lump sum payment here in the next couple months of $3,000 to $4,000, depending on how much they received in a WEP reduction and when they turned on their benefits. But if you were receiving benefits in 2024 and had a WEP reduction, you should have a lump sum payment coming your way. Now, there's a few things that we don't know. First of all, when will all this begin? If you are collecting a WEP or if you're collecting Social Security today and you have a WEP reduction, when is that WEP reduction going to be eliminated? And when are you going to start to receive your higher amount? So where we are on the law today is President Biden just signed off on the bill on January 5th. It now goes to the Social Security Administration to implement that bill. And that might be a pretty daunting task, knowing that there's hundreds of thousands of people that are currently being subject to this WEP reduction. They have to go through, figure out the changes for all of these different people. So when will this begin? We still are unsure about that. On the Social Security website, it says to check back because they don't have the exact date either. But I would expect in the coming months, you should start to see that your Social Security benefit will be adjusted higher. As much as we don't know when those adjustments will occur, we also don't know when that lump sum benefit will happen either. And so, again, we would expect that to happen in the coming months, but they haven't come out and said exactly when to expect that lump sum payment. And the last thing we don't know is this going to be automatic or do you actually have to go apply for it? Now, at this point on the Social Security website, it says that you don't have to do anything on your own. No action is required except for to go in and verify your address and verify your direct deposit information. And you would only do that if it's recently changed. So on your half, if you have a WEP reduction right now, you don't need to go in and do anything. So again, our understanding is that you probably don't need to do anything, that Social Security will automatically adjust this for you, as well as automatically give you your lump sum payment. I would expect how Social Security usually works is they will send out a communication to you shortly before this actually happens, and they will just automatically adjust it for you. But when this occurs, how much this lump sum payment will be, these are still things that we just don't know. Again, Social Security has said to check at their website, ssa.gov, for any updates that might be given. But as of today, January 6th, it still has been not updated yet. Overall, this is fantastic news. It should mean a larger Social Security benefit for a lot of people who have lived and worked in both the US and Canada, as well as a lump sum payment coming your way also in the coming months. We just don't know exactly when that will happen and if there's anything that you need to do to make that happen. Follow along so for more updates here from us. If you need any assistance or have any questions, you can go to our website, retiremitten.com. For a lot of people, this extra Social Security benefits could mean much bigger benefits for you and your spouse, and that may change your retirement plan. Consider having a complimentary consultation with one of our advisors to talk to you about your retirement plan. Thank you for listening.